My name's Climax. I work for THQ and I'm the creative manager on the MotoGP'07 game. MotoGP has been obviously a long established franchise for THQ. We've been working with the licensors, making top quality motorbike games from Xbox days. Back in 2002 was the first one. And MotoGP'07 is, I think it's the fifth. It's certainly the second on 360 that we're doing. MotoGP'07, well, you know, it's obviously it's a bit more than just an evolution of past titles. We've kind of got radical new modes. We've got the introduction of SPECTACLE, which I think you'll be able to see through side-by-side comparison shots. Introduction of crowds, flares, animation in the sky, animation by track. Everything designed to kind of create the excitement of the MotoGP event and ensure there's as much activity happening around the track as there actually is on it. Similarly, with extreme modes, we'll have advanced customization options way beyond anything we've done in past titles. And Pink Slip Racing forms the basis of our new killer feature online as well. The main aim as well of the game is to make it considerably more accessible than its predecessors as well, and kind of bring in people new to MotoGP, people who like racing games but perhaps haven't gravitated towards motorbike games in the past as well. So it's kind of getting away a little bit from the hardcore simulation, trying to create something that's kind of accessible, very drivable for the user, and of course, as we talked about with SPECTACLE, creates these beautiful, extravagant picture postcard worlds that are as beautiful to look at as the game itself is fun to drive and play. Well, with the bikes this year, we've really sought to move the riding experience on considerably. These bikes are incredibly powerful beasts, and the power to weight ratio for MotoGP bikes is enormous. They're quite frighteningly powerful. And they're a real handful, and we kind of really wanted to reflect that in MotoGP. We want to reflect what you see in real life when the riders are accelerating under pressure and the bike wants to wheelie because it's fighting aerodynamics and the rider has to fight it back to the ground. But similarly, you're coming up into a corner and you're going from 200 miles an hour down to 70 miles per hour in 1.5 seconds as well. So the amount of load, the G-force that's going through the load factor of your tyres is enormous as well. So the kind of wheeling and the fishtailing and the kind of unwieldy behaviour of the bike is something that we've kind of worked quite hard to develop this year to kind of make them feel the aggressive bikes that they are. But all of this is done, we're not trying to actually make the model harder for people coming to it. But what it's designed to do is kind of give feedback as well. So as you're cornering and you feel your bike resisting underneath, it allows you to actually judge when your bike's going to brake and when you're going to lose traction and when you're going to actually crash off. And it's that feedback that possibly we haven't done so successfully in the past, and it will kind of allow you to sort of develop your strategy accordingly. A couple of other quick elements as well, elements like the turning circle of the bike is much tighter, so it allows you, it's a bit of an assist to get you around the tightest of corners. And similarly, the way the bike power slides as well, it basically means if you come late into a corner, the power slide will be exaggerated, so it will kind of give you a chance to be able to salvage that corner. Instead of sliding off into the gravel, you'll be able to get your back end out and get back on track. And of course, you're never going to be as quick as if you take the racing line, so it's not going to punish the pure racers out there who are good at finding the racing line. But you're still going to lose some seconds, but it's going to mean that you're not going to spend the first few laps of your MotoGP experience sliding off at every opportunity, which can be frustrating to new riders.